That's a pretty beautiful name, Madhushrava. Madhushrava. He hears nectar. So hearing about a mouse is qualified for Madhushrava? Yes? Okay. So little mouse, he lived on the altar. Just behind the altar he had a little house. Madhushrava, are you listening? He had a little house. The mouse lived in a house under the altar. And you want to know how he lived? He was fat. You want to know how he got fat? He used to eat ghee. Do you eat ghee? Do you eat a lot of ghee? Do you eat only ghee? It's a little mouse that only ate ghee. And where did he get the ghee? Because the little lamps are made with ghee. And so oftentimes when the pujaris would offer a ghee lamp, it would burn only part way, but it would leave a nice little depository of ghee for the mouse. So he'd come out every night and he'd find the half-burned wicks and then he'd eat the ghee. And one night during Kartik, the little mouse came under the altar and the Pujari had just finished Artik. And he had offered the lamp and then left it to the side. And there was just a tiny little spark on the lamp still, although the flame had gone out. So the mouse came over. He was so hungry, he started eating the ghee. And his tooth got caught on the cotton. It couldn't come off. And then the ghee lamp, it reignited. And there was a little flame coming from it. It was burning his whiskers because it was caught on his tooth. So the little mouse, because he was trying to put it out, he started jumping up and down like this. The mouse jumped. And he had a little flame in his mouth from the ghee wick. And on the altar was Lord Narayan. And he saw the mouse jumping up and down. And he thought, oh, it's Kartik. He's offering me a lamp. And in his next life, the little mouse became a very devoted Brahmin. And after that, he went back to Godhead. That's the story of the mouse. What do you think, Madhushrava? What did he say? You translate for him. And you tell me what he said. It was good? It was good. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best story you ever heard, and 1 being you wish I never brought it up. Where do you think it was on a scale of 1 to 10, Madhushrava? 8? 10! Good boy. So that's one of the ways in which the Kartik Mahatmya told how important it was to offer a lamp. It's just so charming that Krishna appreciates that devotees bring a simple thing, like a little lamp, so thoughtful. Because when you offer a lamp, how do you feel? Did you have any experiences when you're offering your lamp, what you felt or what you thought? Does anybody want to say? 1, 2. Arman, we're going to get you a mic because we really care. We really care what you have to say, and we want everybody to hear it.
I felt love for Krishna, and I also felt kind of peaceful when I was offering the lamps. Like all my worries kind of went away.
Love, peace, and all your worries went away. That's nice.
It feels simple and intimate.
It's such a simple act, right? Offering a lamp, but it's so intimate at the same time. Those two words are really nicely put together. Anybody else? What was your experience? Be daring and active in passing the mic around.
I have a gratitude and thankful for Krishna to give his mercy. Every day we did with a family. We do the Aarti of Gilamp every day of Kartik Maharaj.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
When you're at home and you do it with the family, then everyone feels gratitude. Sukeshri.
today I was kind of sad since it's the last day. I was just looking at Madan Mohan. I was like, we'll be doing this again only next year.
Yeah, when you come to the end of a rut or a great opportunity to worship Krishna, then there is that sense of loss and sadness, isn't it? I always feel like, I could have done more. Couldn't I have done a little more? And it's good to have, because when we come to the end of a yatra and we feel, I don't want to go home, or we want it to go on, or you know how when we chant the whole Bhagavad Gita together, no one says that was too long. Everyone says, can we do it again tomorrow? Those are spiritual feelings. It's a small sample of the Anandam Buddhivardhanam, the ever-expanding ocean of happiness that comes from spiritual practice. And it's good to feel separation like that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Amira.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So when I offer my ghee lamp, sometimes it just feels like it's just me and Krishna, even though there's lots of devotees in front and behind me. But it's like very intimate. It's like an intimate feeling where it's just me and the deities just having a connection.
And Krishna can do that, right? We can think of different instances when there are lots of other devotees there, but they all feel like I'm the only one that Krishna's looking at. Who can think of a couple instances? Yes. Just tell one.
The rasa dance with the gopis.
When?
When Krishna expanded himself.
You're right. They all felt like Krishna's dancing with me alone, but he was dancing with everyone. Very good. Where else?
I'm forgetting the exact verse, but when Krishna enters the battlefield, everyone has their own personal relationship with him, and they see him as like their lover, their friend.
Are you thinking of when he goes into the wrestling arena?
Yeah. Wrestling arena.
I think we might have even put that verse up, right? Maybe. Maybe while we were away, I asked Chamalangi to add it to the list. Try to sneak another one in there. Yes. It's a nice example. Yes? Part then Gita Priya. Don't take hers.
During Govardhan Lila, when Krishna is holding up the mountain, Govardhan mountain, all of the gopis are thinking like, oh my God, he's so sweet, and Yashoda Mai is like, oh my God, his hand must be so tired, and then Madhu Mangal's just making like he's laughing, and just like everyone's just like having their own time with Krishna, and they're all thinking like, oh, he's only looking at me, like, although they're all surrounding him, so he's obviously not looking single at anyone. But
that's a really nice remembrance of Govardhan Puja part, and it's one of the most striking aspects of the Govardhan Lila, that all the devotees want to be with Krishna 24 hours a day, and how many days a week? What does that spell out to? 24/7. And now you know where that idea came from. 7-Eleven, 24/7, all those ideas came from Govardhan Hill. So all the devotees wanted to be with Krishna 24/7, but each one of them had their unique time slot, and the rest of the time they had to feel separation. Who had which time slots during the day? You say. Anushree, go ahead. When did Krishna spend time? What times did he uniquely spend with?
He spent time with his friends during the day, and then at night he snuck out to meet the gopis.
Yep. What about his parents? Time for his parents?
When he came home from herding the cows.
Yeah, and then everyone wanted to be with him, and they all felt separation from him, even if it was just separation for a few seconds. And so he arranged that, like Part was saying, so he could be with everyone all at once, and they could all reciprocate with him at the same time. As he's Rasaraj, he can have, he's the king of all rasas. He can have relationships with everyone all at the same time. What's yours?
In Dwarka, he expanded himself 16,108 times.
Who was there to report about it?
Narada Muni.
Yeah, Narada went around to all the palaces of the queens where Krishna was staying, and he saw that Krishna had a unique expansion in each one of the palaces, where he looked the same, but he was doing different activity in each place, and each one of the queens thought, he's only with me. Another one, Sharad.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Yeah, from yesterday's lecture, I remembered the story of Shrutakirti and Bahulashva, when Krishna, he expands himself and all the sages, the Saptarishi, in two expansions, and then he visits Shrutakirti at his house, and then Bahulashva in the palace, and both the king and the Brahmana thought that they were the only ones seeing Krishna that day.
Very good. Nice remembrance. Yes. Vedant.
Adding on to what Parth said, so during Kaishwara class, we learned that during the Govardhan hill, when Krishna was lifting it with his pinky, some of the cowherd boys, they take their sticks and they try to push up the Govardhan hill, and they think, oh, I'm helping Krishna, it's all me. And then what's bittersweet is like Krishna would sometimes, like, he'd say, oh, I see what's happening, and then he'd lower the mountain, and they'd say, oh no, Krishna, please help me. And then Krishna would lift it back up. So yeah, they thought they had like a personal relationship.
You got so much out of Kartik, all these beautiful remembrances of Leela. Thank you, Vedant. That was fantastic. What'd you do, grow up while I was on Kartik? All of a sudden you're a young man and not a boy. Yeah, so Krishna has that way of being with all of his devotees all the time. And you can think also, here in the material world, he never leaves any living entity alone. Even the ones who aren't Krishna conscious, they're not conscious of him, but nonetheless, he still comes as the Paramatma. Is that true? Can you prove it? How would you prove something? You'd give a verse from somewhere, right? Say yes. So who has a verse without repeating any of the ones we said yesterday? The Krishna goes with the living entity within everyone's heart. Okay, we got some pundits warming up back here. Go ahead, Prabhu.
In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha vedesya sarveraham vedetyo vedanta krut veda videva chaham. So I am present as super soul in the heart of each and every living entity, and from me comes the remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness.
There it is, proof positive. So Kartik, congratulations to everyone for staying steady through Kartik, chanting your rounds, coming and offering a lamp. And these are precious times. You just think we only get a set number of Kartiks in one lifetime, right? You try to take advantage of each one. And thankfully, we have so many other festivals and special days to take advantage of. As you mentioned, Sukeshwari Devi, there's a way that we feel a little bit at a loss just after this, the end. So then we could always attach ourselves to the next one. Right? So what's next? What do we want to attach ourselves next to? Gita Jayanti? Okay. And memorizing the 7th chapter? That ought to keep us busy, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to read a little bit from the Songs of the Gopis because I heard you all been chanting from the Sanskrit, singing the song. And I'm going to read a little bit, because it's the last day of Kartik, I read a little bit of Prabhupada's commentary from that section. May I? Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna, 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 hey. Krishna 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 Raksha Mam. Krishna 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 Pahi Mam. Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Rama Raghava Raksha Mam. Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahi Mam. Keshava Krishna Keshava Pahi Mam. Pahi Mam. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Pahi Mam. Chapter 31. Songs by the Gopis. If you want to play the Gopi Geet song, you can do it to that. One Gopi said, "My dear Krishna, ever since you took your birth in this land of Brajabhumi, everything appears to be glorious. The land of Vrindavan has become glorious, and it is as if the goddess of fortune is personally always existing here. But it is only we who are very unhappy, because we are searching for you, but cannot see you with our greatest effort. Our life is completely dependent upon you. Therefore, we request that you again come to us." Another Gopi said, "My dear Krishna, you are the life and soul even of the lotus flower that grows on the water of lakes made transparent by the clear rains of autumn. Although the lotus flowers are so beautiful, without your glance they fade away. Similarly, without you, we are also dying. Actually, we are not your wives, but are your slaves. You never spent any money for us, yet we are simply attracted by your glance. Now if we die without receiving your glance, you'll be responsible for our deaths. Certainly the killing of women is a great sin, and if you do not come to see us, and we die, you will suffer the reactions of sins. So please, come see us. Do not think that one can be killed only by certain weapons. We are being killed by your absence. You should consider how you are responsible for killing women. We are always grateful to you because you have protected us many times from the poisonous water of the Jamuna, from the serpent Kaliya, from Bakasura, from the anger of Indra and his torrents of rain, from the forest fire and so many other incidents. You are the greatest and most powerful of all. It is wonderful for you to protect us from so many dangers, but we are surprised that you are neglecting us at this moment. Dear Krishna, dear friend, we know very well that you are not actually the son of Mother Yashoda or the cowherd man, Nanda Maharaj. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the Supersoul of all living entities.
You have, out of your own causeless mercy, appeared in this world, requested by Lord Brahma for the protection of the world. It is by your kindness only that you have appeared in the dynasty of Yadu, O best in the dynasty of Yadu. If anyone afraid of this materialistic way of life takes shelter at your lotus feet, you never deny him protection. Your movements are sweet, and you are independent, touching the goddess of fortune with one hand, and in the other bearing a lotus flower. That is your extraordinary feature. Please, therefore, come before us and bless us with the lotus flower in your hand.
Dear Krishna, actually we have come very lusty. Oh, wait. Dear Krishna, you are the killer of all the fears of the inhabitants of Vrindavana. You are the supremely powerful hero, and we know that you can kill the unnecessary pride of your devotees, as well as the pride of women like us, simply by your beautiful smile. We are simply your maidservants and slaves. Please, therefore, accept us by showing us your beautiful lotus-like face.
Dear Krishna, actually we have become very lusty, having been touched by your lotus feet. Your lotus feet certainly kill all kinds of sinful activities of the devotees who have taken shelter here. You are so kind that even the ordinary animals take shelter under your lotus feet. Your lotus feet are also the residence of the goddess of fortune. Yet you danced on her head of the Kaliya serpent with them. Now we are requesting you to kindly place your lotus feet on our breasts and pacify our lusty desires to touch you.
O Lord, your attractive eyes like the lotus are so nice and pleasing. Your sweet words are so fascinating that they please even the greatest scholars, who also become attracted to you. We are also attracted by your speaking and by the beauty of your face and eyes. Please therefore satisfy us by your nectarine kisses. Dear Lord, words spoken by you or words describing your activities are full of nectar, and simply by speaking or hearing your words, one can be saved from the blazing fire of material existence. Great demigods like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are always engaged in chanting the glories of your words. They do so to eradicate the sinful activities of all living entities in the material world. If one simply tries to hear your transcendental words, he can very quickly be elevated to the platform of pious activities. For the Vaishnavas, your words give transcendental pleasure, and saintly persons who are engaged in distributing your transcendental message all over the world are first-class charitable persons. This was confirmed by Rupa Goswami when he addressed Lord Chaitanya as the most munificent incarnation, because he distributed the words of Krishna and love of Krishna free of charge all over the world.
Go back up a little bit. How his words put out the blazing fire of material existence. Keep going up. Keep going. There it is. Dear Lord, words spoken by you or words describing your activities are full of nectar, and simply by speaking or hearing your words, one can be saved from the blazing fire of material existence. Can you speak a little on that?
It's saying that the blazing fire material existence, listening to like about Lord Krishna or talking about Lord Krishna and listening to his pastimes can bring you out of the cycle of birth and death and the miseries of the material world.
Nice. So the blazing fire is a metaphor for birth and death in the material world. Can you think of any places in Shastra that we sing regularly, maybe even every morning, that talk about that? I'll give you a clue. It's in the Mangala Artik song. I'll give you another clue. It's in the first verse. Can you sing the first verse of Mangala Artik? Guravashtakam.
Samsara
Let her sing. Go.
Naladita loka tanayaka runya gana ganatam praptasya kalyana gurana vasya vande guru shri charana.
Now put up on the screen the first verse from the Guravashtakam, please. Can you say more about it? The verse, do you know much about the first verse? Let's learn. Because it relates to just what you said. You said that the material world, the metaphor here about a blazing fire is the world of birth and death, and by hearing about Krishna we can overcome that. Okay, you got it there? Before we get it on the screen, you can start looking and telling us more about maybe read the translation for the first verse. Here it is. We need the word for words.
The spiritual master is receiving benediction from the ocean of mercy. Just as a cloud pours water on a forest fire to extinguish it, so the spiritual master delivers the materially afflicted world by extinguishing the blazing fire of material existence. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of such a spiritual master, who is an ocean of auspicious qualities.
It kind of goes well with the whole analogy, right? And since a person who's representing Krishna speaks what Krishna speaks and passes on Krishna's words, then it relieves people. Can anybody else give her another verse that she could use to talk about how Krishna Katha, Krishna's words, extinguish the blazing fire of material existence or bring one out of the suffering of the material world? Yes, Prabhu? Do you know the verse? Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna? You know it. Say it.
Shunvata Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Vidyantastoy Badlani Vidyanoti Sudishritam.
Can you give any general idea of how it goes? Consult. So let's go for, you probably recognize it when we just say it. Shrinvatam Swa Kata Krishna. Before you look at it, just try to get it.
Like listening to the stories of Lord Krishna.
Yeah, because it has the word kata, right? And Swa Kata Krishna. And then what about punya? Those work together. Punya,
like goodness,
Shravana,
listening,
Kirtana,
Kirtan,
Hridi,
heart,
Anta, deep within the heart. Shinvatam's, where am I? Hridyanta. It's hard when you break it up. Hridyanta, sta means, same word in English, stand. Hya Badrani. Abhadra? Does that ring a bell? How about Bhadra? What if Krishna says to Brahma, Bhadram te? Everyone do this. Give everyone a fist bump, say Bhadram te. That's what Krishna did for Brahma. He said, Bhadram te. Means, may there be all auspiciousness for you. So, Bhadram means?
auspiciousness.
What about Abhadram?
Non-auspiciousness.
Yeah. So the verse say, Hridyantaksto hi abhadrani vidunoti. This is a big one. You know that one? No. Check it out in the word for word.
Cleanses.
What?
Cleanses.
Cleanses. Vidunoti is a name for Krishna also, which means he's there to help cleanse everything that's abhadra. What's abhadra? Yeah, you put an A in front of it and it changes it from auspicious to inauspicious. Bhadra, abhadra. Okay, then vidunoti. Now this is another big one. Surit. Everyone say surit. Tell us what it means to you. Huh?
Here it says benefactor.
And who's the benefactor? Who do you think?
Lord Krishna.
Exactly. Surit Satam.
Benefactor of the truthful.
Of the truthful devotee. So person who's sincere and is hearing about Krishna. Now just give us a general idea of what the verse means.
So it's basically talking about how Lord Krishna cleanses the heart of the truthful devotees, and so they can, like, as I said, like, to extinguish the blaze of the material misery.
Nice.
And just like help them go back to Godhead.
And how does it happen, according to the verse?
By hearing and chanting the
name
of the Lord.
Nice. You know all these things, and then you just put them together. Just put them together. One thing leads to another, and they all fit together. And if you learn how to connect them like that, then it becomes a nice discourse that you can make, and you can give evidence because you know all the verses. You know the Sangsaradavan verse, you know Shrinvatam Swakata Krishna, all these things, and now just glue them together and make sure that they fit. Well done. So, do you want to hear a little more Krishna book? Yes. Okay, well, yes? Were you making a point? You go ahead. She wants to say something.
I was remembering the verse of Deyam Sada Paribavatnava Vishtadoham when they were talking about the lotus feet. So I just wanted to mention that.
Why did you think of that verse?
Because, Krishna is merciful, but Mahaprabhu is so much more merciful. So in the verse it says, Deyam Sada Paribavatnava Vishtadoham Tirthaspadam Shiva Virinchinutam Sharanyam. So he's talking about that. In the purport, Prabhupada mentions in this particular thing that if suppose, it is the lotus feet of the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. For us, we don't, of course, we don't know Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, in sense like not that we're meeting him. But in Kali Yuga, we're getting the mercy of Mahaprabhu so much that, Mahaprabhu gives us so much mercy just by praying to his lotus feet. We can actually get rid of this material world. It's equivalent to the pilgrimage, and Brahma, Shiva, everybody worships him. And what else we need? So I was just remembering that verse when the gopis were talking about his lotus feet.
Oh, nice. Very nicely done. We need to sing a little bit. And then we have to do the 7th chapter of the Gita. Right? Yes. Because we have to memorize the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, right? Yes. Have you all started? Somebody told me a couple days ago that he's already done it. He's got it down, so we got to catch up, right? Yes. Shall we sing? You want to try that new by Ravi? Do you know it? Okay. I don't know if we did this one before. It's another by Ravi tune, but it's kind of sweet. We got into singing this at Govardhan Hill, and kind of got in us. So it takes us back. You know how you sing a tune, and then it takes you back to the place where you sang it the most? No, I never heard of that. Let's try it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare There's a little in the middle. It's a little hard to catch, but it's a subtlety, but it really makes the tune. It's Rama Rama Hare Hare. So we'll just do it. Hare Krishna. Hold on. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. We'll do that one more time. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Now just listen to the harmonium. You get that part? Makes the whole song. It's night and day, catching that part and not catching it. You missed the bus if you didn't get that. Be stuck in the parking lot. Okay? Here we go again. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Anshu. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare double part, but I didn't register it yet. Do you like the new tune? Just a cautionary because it may be too late. You shouldn't tell caution after the fact, right? Could get stuck in your head. Be walking around tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So now let's look at the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, since we all have a responsibility to memorize this chapter. Human brain can memorize things. You just have to look at it a few times, for some of you. For others, a few thousand times, like myself. But one way or the other, it can become indelible, and that's nice. It's nice to have that asset that goes deep within. It's transcendental sound vibration, so why wouldn't we try, right? Yes. Right. So this is chapter 7, Knowledge of the Absolute, Vijnana Yoga. Atha Saptamodhyayaha. So you want to chant the Sanskrit?
Yes.
Okay. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Maya Sakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjan Madashayaha Asamshayam Samagram Mam Yathagyastya Tachrinu Jnanam Teham Savijnanam Idam Bhaksham Yasheshakaha Yajgatva Neha Bhuyo Naj Gyatavyam Avashishyate Manushanam Sahasreshu Kashid Yakati Siddhaye Yatatam Api Siddhanam Kashyam Mam Veti Tattvataha Bhumi Apo Nalo Vayu Kamano Buddhirevacha Ahankara Ityam Me Vinna Prakriti Rashtada Apareyam Nitastvanyam Prakritim Vidi Me Param Jiva Bhutam Mahabaho Yahedam Dharyate Jagat Etad Yonini Bhutani Sarvam Nityupadaraya Aham Kritsasya Jagata Prabhava Pralayastata Mata Paratadam Nanyat Kinchidasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Protam Sutre Manigana Iva Rasoham Apsukanteya Kripasmi Shashi Suryayo Pranavak Sarva Vedeshu Shabda Ke Paurushandrishu Punya Ganda Prativyamcha Tejas Chasmi Babavasau Jivanam Sarva Bhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapasvishu Ijamam Sarva Bhutanam Vidi Partha Sanatanam Buddhir Buddhimantam Asmi Tejas Tejas Vinamaham Balam Balabhatam Chaham Kamaraga Vavarjitam Dharma Virodho Bhuteshu Kamosmi Bharatarshapha Echaiva Sattvika Bhava Rajasastamasaschaye Matta Ideti Tam Vidhi Natvaham Teshu Chemayi Tripir Gunamayer Bhaver Ebe Sarvam Nidam Jagat Mohitam Nabijanati Mamebhya Paramavyayam Daivahyesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Ye Prapadyante Mayametam Tarantite Namam Dushkritino Mudha Prapadyante Nagatma Maya bhavamashitaha Chaturvida bhajante mam Jana sukritim arjuna Arto jignasa artati Yani cha bharatarshapa Esham jnani nitya yukta Eka bhaktir vishishyate Priyo hi jnani notyarkam Aham sacha mama priyaha Udara sarva evaite Yani twatmaiva mematam Astita sahi yuktatma Mamevanutamam gatim Bahunam janmanamante Jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti Sa mahatma sudurlabha Kamaistaiste hrita jnana Prapadyante nyadevata Tam tam niyamamastaya Prakritya niyatasvaya Yo yo yam yam tanum bhakta Shratayarchitam ichyati Tasya kasya chalam shatam Tameva vidatham yaham Sataya chataya yuktas Tasya radhanam vihate Lavate chatata kaman Mayeva vihitam hitan Antabhatu palam tesham Tadbhavatyal pramedasam Evan devaya choyanti Madbhakta yanti mamapi Avyaktyam gyaktyam apanam Manyate mamabudhaya Padam bhavam ajananto Mamavyayam anuttamam Naham prakasya sarvasya Yoga maya samavritaha Uto yam nabijanati Loko mama jamavyayam Edaham samatikani Vartamanani charjuna Bhavishyani cha bhutani Mam tu veda nakasyana Icha klesha samutena Vanva mohena bharata Sarva bhutani sammoham Sargeyanti parantapa Esham tantagatam papam Jananam punya karmanam Hetvanva mohanirvukta Bhajante mam drita drita Jaramanana mokshaya Mama shritya yakantiye Te brahma tadvidu kritsnam Adhyatma karma chakiram Sari bhutari daivamam Sari yajnam chayevidu Prayana kale pichamam Devidur yukta chetasaha Om Tat Sariti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Sambhade Vigyan Yoga Nama Saptamodhyayaha Hari Om Gokula Jinka Dham Hai Krishna Jinka Naam Hai Gokula Jinka Dham Hai Krishna Jinkana He Gokula Jinka Jinka Dham hai. Better. Goda Hari Bol. Okay, we only have a few minutes left before we go on door-to-door Sankirtan. And let's just have a few reflections. How's your Kartik going? How did it go? How's your life going? What's your latest realization? Latest obstacle? We'd like to hear about problems. If you have a problem, let us know. Or amongst friends, it's community, we have to discuss it. Okay, Arman, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you for this wonderful youth program. I really love how you spend time with the youth and how you make the youth feel special in ISV. I had a realization on the part that we read in Krishna book. I remember one part saying how Radha the gopis were threatening to to Krishna that they were going to get killed, and all the sins of them were gonna get put on Krishna because they were leaving them. And I thought that the gopis have this certain relationship with Krishna. They can't be away from him. That they say that they're gonna kill themselves if they're away from him any longer. And that's just pure.
Yeah, the implication is they'll die out of separation. You know, when Akura didn't come back, when Uddhava came, and the gopis saw his chariot, they thought, oh, maybe Uddhava came back. And they said, what does he want now? A pound of our flesh to offer in some sacrifice? And then other gopis said, well, he's already killed us. If Akura is back, it doesn't matter, we're already dead. Because Krishna's gone, so what's life to us anymore anyway? So it doesn't matter if he wants to kill us. Thank you. Nice realization. A couple more? Because we're losing the war of attrition here. You got to be quick. Yes. DPD.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I was reflecting on the verse that comes in the 4th canto, where Dhruva Maharaj, right, after his penance, right, like Lord Vishnu appears and he places the conch shell on his head. And in that purport, Prabhupada mentions how it's not enough to have like healthy senses. We need it, but the senses should be active. And in that purport, he further goes on and says, the senses are not active until you engage them in the service of the Lord. So I was thinking how, due to Kartik, we were able to use our hand, use our eyes by lighting the lamp and offering it to Krishna. In that way, we engaged our senses. I was thinking active senses are the senses that need to be engaged in the service of the Lord.
Such a nice point. In the Gita, Krishna says, Nahi kashit shanamapi jato tishchetya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jargunai. That is, no living entity can be motionless or without moving. And we always have this engagement with the senses. From the time we come out of the womb, the senses become connected to their objects. And there's only one way of coming back to alignment, and is as to use the senses in the service of Krishna. Sarvopati Vinir Muktam, Hrishikena Hrishikesha. Thereby, if we use our senses in the service of Krishna, they become purified. And that's the definition of bhakti. Let's do one last one. A realization? Yes. Need a microphone in quadrant 6. That's in the bleachers.
Maharaj, I was fortunate enough to be in the association of devotees in Vrindavan Dham for almost 15 days, maybe 3 days out to Jaipur in between. there is a good thing and a bad thing. In my realization, I'm a conditioned soul. I see things through the lens of my conditioned identity. The good thing I see that is there are hundreds and hundreds of temples, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of devotees, which was like a feast to see those many devotees and to associate with them and chant in the holy dham. And on the negative side, with my conditioned lenses, I see sewage water, in different places, and then trash, and then plastic, and then, and I'm a little bit bewildered on how to see Dham with a perfect vision. That is my lamentation.
Call Modi. He's supposed to clean it up. It should be clean. The government should get involved and they should have a massive effort to clean up the Dham. If you go to Mecca, it's clean. If you want to, if we have the Dham, the government should get behind it. So call Modi. Try. Okay, you had your hand up, right, Adwait? I want to hear what Adwait has to say. And Amira, did you have your hand up? Okay.
Hare Krishna. Today made me realize how much I've missed chanting verses in the association of a large group of devotees. The feeling's just different from when you're doing it alone.
It's really powerful, isn't it? I like this program, this track we're on. We should ride it as far as we can. As we're all together, we have some power in numbers because we're together and we have like-mindedness. Lord Chaitanya said, you should stay in the association of like-minded devotees. And in the association of like-minded devotees, you can really power forward. So I agree with you. You should take advantage of it. Try to ride it all the way to the 700. Ride the train to the 700. Right? And wait. Can you get chapter 11? Is it possible? Sharad, do you already have it? Thinking it, what? Shravan, sorry, Shravan. Shravan, do you have it already? It's befitting, Shravan. 11? Okay. We got some catching up to do. Better put a big engine on the train. Okay.
I just had a follow-up to Prabhu's realization. So
Yes.
In Kaishora class today, we were learning, Raseshwari Mataji was telling us how when we go in India with all these dhams and all these places, even though to our eye it doesn't look as appealing, it's not the place itself that's impure. It's actually ourself and our eyesight that's impure. And she made the analogy of a particle of dust is in our eye, which is causing us to see like this. And she also said that it's a coverage of like a layer of Maya over the place. So that's why we can't see how it's like
That's
the
true.
purity of it.
But we should still clean it up. Vedant.
Yeah, and then adding on, she said it is possible to see it, and people have seen many spiritual things that have happened there, and by doing devotional service and chanting your rounds, our Kashura teacher said that you'll be able to see it from the eye of a yogi.
You guys have amazing teachers. Yeah, growing up with teachers who teach you about the Dham and about Shastra, so important. Dear Srila Prabhupada, dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Shri Panchatattva, Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Shri Lakshmi Shringadev, if you so desire, please let us take all the experiences we had during the Kartik, any kind of sacrifice we performed, all the lamps we offered, all the feelings we had in offering them, may they go deep within our heart and bring us to a closer, more intimate relationship with your lordships. And please let us also take this same mood out and afford it to the people of the world who are lost in the cosmos. Thank you for considering our request. Om Tat Sat. Everyone who agrees with this prayer in whole or in part, please unmute and say Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpaduruscha, Kripasindhaveva cha, Titanam,